They're calling it a nightmare that won't end. A local couple still dealing with raw and bitter emotions following a bruising battle over allegations of child abuse.
And with doctors disagreeing on whether there was an act of abuse, the parents say the state system failed them by taking their infant son and then punishing them after a judge ordered their baby back home. Here's investigative reporter Emily Lane with that story.
He is 17 months old. His name's Rivers.
Last summer, Tess and Chris Strickland were up, trading night feeding shifts, adjusting to life with the newborn in their Gentilly home. They noticed marks on Rivers, around his eyes, and then what looked like some bruising.
I took a picture of that, I think, and I reached back out to the pediatrician.
Tess says the pediatrician referred them to a blood specialist, who said to keep an eye on it, but wasn't concerned. Then at his 8-week checkup, the pediatrician asked Tess if she'd spotted any more marks.
I said, yes, actually, I'm glad you asked. So I whipped out my phone.
The pediatrician left the room, then came back and told Tess to brace for a difficult conversation.
That's what she said. She had to report us for child abuse. And I was like, wait, what?
An ER doctor they were told they had to see Rivers did not find child abuse. He diagnosed Rivers with capillary fragility. In other words, bruising easily. The State Department of Child and Family Services investigates allegations of child abuse. Tess says its inspectors came to her house the next day with 2 New Orleans police detectives. She says the officers left after interviewing the parents separately, saying they didn't find abuse. Next, Rivers had to be seen by a physician who specializes in child abuse.
Yeah, anything they had came from us.
Yeah.
The specialist said nothing else explained the marks in Tess's pictures, so it was abuse, according to the doctor's report, which WDSU Investigates reviewed. DCFS came back the next day.
She says, okay, I'm gonna have to remove the baby from the home. So she said, you have to go put him in the car seat in my car, and we're gonna take him away.
At a hearing in juvenile court days later, a transcript shows Tess and Chris's lawyer asked why the specialist report excluded the ER doctor's finding of capillary fragility as an explanation for the marks.
After Rivers was taken from his mom and dad for a week, a judge ordered him back with his parents. Then, weeks later, the state's investigation into the claims of abuse against both of his parents was found to be valid.
Because of the valid finding, Tess and Chris were notified by DCFS both their names would go on a federally mandated child abuse registry until Rivers turned 18. That's unless they fought it through an appeal. DCFS can't comment on specific cases and declined an on-camera interview for that reason. The agency did make clear that their decisions whether or not abuse claims are valid are made regardless of a judge's finding if a home is safe or if caregivers are cleared in a criminal investigation.
You can be found innocent in a court of law, but still be on this list that is impacting your ability to get a job or to volunteer at your child's school.
Lawyer Andrew Brown is working to reform the child abuse registry in Texas and says there's due process issues with them across the country. Background checks are run against Louisiana's registry only in certain industries, like childcare related fields or for prospective foster parents. After spending hundreds on medical bills and thousands on lawyers to get Rivers back, the Strickland's fight was successful. The agency ultimately changed their finding of abuse and neglect from valid to inconclusive. Families who can't afford a lawyer are given one for proceedings about family separations, but not to appeal adding their name to the registry.
Nobody's going to make that right for us, and just the worst is the stress and anxiety. But again, back to those people that can't afford that. So what happens to them? Their child just gets taken away.
Joy Bruce with CASA New Orleans says the state needs any tools it has, like the registry, to help protect children. But that doesn't mean it should escape scrutiny.
It is not a perfect tool. It leaves out a ton of information. On the other hand, sometimes it takes more information than what we would actually need.
Tess says their family is doing well, but it took a year of therapy to get to this place. She recalled her last session.
She looked at me and she's like, Tess, you're a good mom. And I don't know if I believed it at the moment, just because everything we went through.
Oh, that is just stunning. That was Emily Lane reporting on the Strickland's emotional journey and their reunion. Now retired juvenile judge Mark Doherty, who wrote the order placing Rivers back with his parents, harshly criticized the system.
He wrote the process leading to initial calls to separate families leaves out a review of the evidence. He goes on to say the parents here did exactly what medical professionals ask a new parent to do. If you find something strange with your infant, report it. The judge then wrote this, quote, "This is a system which borders on a sham. It is not a system that bolsters confidence in the integrity of due process," end quote.